Hello, I'm Ivan, and I want to help people that are learning a language to get the discipline on the process. So today, I'm just going to be talking about the things I actually wish I did when I started to learn Japanese on the first month. So I could immerse and watch anime as soon as possible. So a bit about me, which is that I make a lot of these videos in which I talk about discipline to actually improve my English. Like this channel is just made to improve my English. So the first anime that I watched when first immersion was Horimiya, and I couldn't understand even a 30%. And right now I'm watching Black Clover, and I can understand probably more than a 90%. Even with kanji, I can understand more, but without kanji, I can understand probably a 70% something or something like that, like without the subtitles. So yeah, that's kind of it. And I have like 10 months of learning Japanese. So find a use for the kanji early. So when you're starting, you're actually studying this book, which is remembering the kanji, right? Some people actually do that. There's some people that doesn't, but I think that the good way to go about learning Japanese is just using this book when first starting. So I think that is I mean, and that's what I did. I actually used this book, right? But the thing I did not do is that I didn't find a use for the kanjis that you study on this book. So the use that I actually think that it is very useful is just to go to this grammar guide here, which is Learn Japanese by Kim, and actually do them both at the same time. So actually, you will find a use for it. So the thing I actually did was that I went to remembering the kanji, and um, I didn't do something to actually use the kanjis uh, that I was actually remembering that I was actually memorizing here. So I was actually just kind of memorizing and doing the things that remembering the kanji tells you. So a couple of the things that he tells you is that you actually do need to do only this book, and you can't do anything else whilst you do this book. And I think that that's just bullshit. Like, you can actually find a use for the kanjis, like with a grammar guide. It doesn't have to be this one, but like as long as you find a use for the kanji, you're actually just going to remember them better. And if you remember them better, well, that's actually just good. So the thing that you're going to do is that you're going to find this book and Google, and you're going to find this book somewhere. I don't know where you're going to get it, and you're going to get this Learn Japanese by Takim guide. So this one is free, and actually you can just Google it, so it's not a problem. So, and actually I will put a deck of Anki in the description, so you can actually use it as well. So the deck will contain actually just the word in the front of the card. It will contain the word, and in the back it will contain the kanji, of course, the stroke order, the meanings that it has, and yeah, that's kind of it. So that's actually the first thing that I wish I did. So the second thing is just to write the kanji early. So remembering the kanji, this book tells you that you shouldn't actually write the kanji more than one time, and I actually think that it is bullshit as well. So when immersing right now, I'm actually writing the kanji, which is and it helps me to actually identify the kanji, remember the kanji better, like the meanings, the readings. Like it just helps me with a lot, and actually, I want to be able to write Japanese when I learn Japanese. So like, of course, I think that writing the kanji is a must if you want to learn how to write. Of course, if you do need it, I actually don't need it, but I just think that writing the kanji is just, I just want to learn how to write, so like that's kind of it. So the thing I think the thing the thing I do to actually write the kanji is do that when I'm immersing, like you say, I'm watching Black Clover, right? And there's a word that I don't know, for example, this one here, which is setsubo, like despair or something like that. So the thing I will do is that if I don't know this word, I actually will see what their meaning is in like a dictionary or something, and then I will go and write it on a paper. And as you can see, I have done that thing with a lot of kanjis. Actually, these are just two papers that I use, I actually have a lot more of paper in which I actually have written a lot of kanjis. So yeah, that's actually what I will do. Just go through my merchant, go through your mangas, go through your anime, the thing that you want to watch, and um actually just write them. Get like see their meaning and write them, and that's it. Another thing that I do is that when I go, for example, through my Anki deck, let's just open it real quick. So when I go through my Anki deck, I actually do write them as well. So if I go here and I'm actually just doing here, for example, let's just say that I don't remember this word, right? Which is Mikiri, Mikiri. So, well, Mikiri. So, the thing that I will do is that I actually will, if I don't remember this word or if I don't know it, um, I actually will write them as well. So that's actually something that I will do. So the last thing is that when doing RTK, the more time you spend on RTK, the better. So that's actually something that you need to have in mind, which is that if you are trying to rush the process, like of learning RTK, of actually going through the process of RTK, which is remembering the kanji, you are not going to get that much progress in. So I find that actually rushing RTK is not useful. So for example, I was doing 2 hours of RTK, right? And I was doing 20 kanjis on 2 hours. So that will be like, I don't know, 20 kanjis in 2 hours with reviews as well. So actually that will be probably an around of, I don't know, 5 minutes per story, and doing the reviews in 1 hour, because it will be like, I don't know, 100 reviews, right? So that's actually a lot for just 2 hours. I will say that you actually do spend a minimum of like 5 minutes per story, 5 minutes per kanji. I think that that is just a must, and that will be like an around of like almost 2 hours, like 1 hour and 40 minutes, and then you spend the rest on just like, I don't know, doing reviews or something like that, Lanky. So that's kind of it. I actually rushed the process, and yeah, I mean, I find it useful because I did it quickly, and I actually could immerse. But if I actually rush through it, same like the same thing I did, I actually think that if I just rush through it, and I was and like I did like probably, I don't know, 30 minutes a day of this grammar guide, I will have remembered a lot more of kanjis when first starting, and I could start watching anime. Like, I don't know, when I finished this book, I could actually just start watching anime like fast, and instead of that, I actually had to spend 2 months, or yeah, 2 to 1 more month to actually start immersing and watching Japanese, instead of just applying 30 minutes more a day coupled with this remembering the kanji. So like, I think that is actually going to get out of the way 1 to 2 months of your learning out of the way, which are very boring because you are not watching anime or doing something fun. So yeah, that's kind of all of it that I wanted to say, and I hope that this video was actually helpful to you. Thank you.